3 a.m., Coldwater staff alerted officers to a body found in the water next to the number 9 tee box. Officers did locate a body in the water, and she was subsequently identified as Celia. She had been stabbed in the upper torso, head, and neck. During a search of the wooded area next to the golf course, officers located a subject who spoke of another individual living in the wooded area who had made statements about having an urge to rape and kill women. We got a dog from the Boone County Sheriff's Department who also tracked a scent from the victim to the location in the wooded area. At approximately 2 p.m., officers were in the area of the camp when they encountered Collin Daniel Richardson with a date of birth of September 8, 1996. Richards had several fresh scratches on his face consistent with a fight, and he was attempting to conceal a laceration on his left hand. He was taken to the police department for questioning. Richards said that at some point he went to another address and bathed. The people at that location described Richards as disheveled and covered in blood, sand, and water. He left this residence with his clothes and a black backpack. During a search of the tent and surrounding area, a black backpack was located with 2 pairs of shorts with stains that tested positive for the presence of human blood. A knife was also recovered from that location. As you may know, we have charged Richards with murder in the first degree, a Class A felony. We must thank everyone who helped us so far, including the Iowa Department of Criminal Investigation, Iowa State University Police Department, Boone County Sheriff's Office, the Iowa State Patrol, the Star One Search and Rescue Team, and we would also like to thank the public who have already submitted some tips for follow-up and other leads, and the staff at Coldwater Golf Course for all their help and taking care of our officers while they're working a very hot day yesterday. We are still looking for any information regarding this case. Our tip line at the City of Ames is 515-239-5533, or you can submit tips through Crime Stoppers of Central Iowa. I will take a few questions, but please understand this is still an active and ongoing investigation, and we don't want to jeopardize the case by releasing any information prematurely.
Jeff, was there any relationship at all between the victim and the suspect?
Not that we found.
Is there any evidence that he essentially assaulted hostage or considering his age to do so?
So we will continue to follow up on that, but I don't have an answer for you yet.
Do you know how he received the laceration on his hand?
Not at this time.
Are there any other suspects that could be charged considering the multiple witnesses?
So it's still ongoing, so there is a possibility that we may develop other suspects, but right now, no.
With sexual assault this summer and attempted sexual assault and attempted stabbings, I remember 2 years ago from now, do you think there's a growing issue of unsafety for people, maybe particularly women in this area?
So these incidents are obviously rare still, but I think it is best to take precautions, travel in groups, and just be aware of your surroundings and report suspicious activity to your local police department.
There are multiple other witnesses that have come forward in the last few hours.
Yeah, I can't answer that right now on specific witnesses. Sorry.
How did he get on the golf course and how did he stop?
So we're still looking into that, but I don't have specific answers yet about how he entered the golf course.
Do we have any information how long he was living at the golf course?
Well, the wooded area next to the golf course, and no, I don't.
Is he considered homeless?
Well, yes, he's living in a wooded area right now, and we have no other known address for him.
He was golfing alone?
Yes. The question was she golfing alone? The answer is yes.
Was he known at all to Ames Police before this?
We have had encounters with him in the past. I don't have any specifics on him, though, about criminal record or how many incidents we've had with him.
Do you know his relationship to the person where he
I don't, no.
Do you know at all if she was being followed? You said you don't know the relationship, but do you know if he was following her during her course?
We don't know how long he may have followed her.
Did Coldwater staff report any problems with these folks, with him or others who may have been victims? Have they hassled other golfers?
I actually don't have specific information about that right now. It's something I could follow up on, though.
How are officers feeling right now after having a whirlwind of a day like this? How are your officers doing?
It's clearly a tough day for our officers. We're not a large department. We had a lot of officers working very long hours. Obviously much worse for family and friends during a very uncertain period of time before we were able to charge this person. The victim's family lives in Spain, which logistically made it difficult to make notifications and get information to them, which we're still working on today. So tough day all around for everyone. Again, our hearts go out to the family and friends.
Do we have any sort of timeline about how quickly he either saw her and then immediately killed her?
Not at this time. That'd be one of those things we wouldn't want to release quite yet.
You aren't able to confirm that his DNA was found on your body?
Now, DNA results take quite a bit of time. What we can say is there was the presence of blood on clothing that belonged to him.
The state of her body, was she fully clothed when she was found?
And that's something we wouldn't comment on right now. Yes?
Yeah, a question for all my colleagues. What is it that your department doesn't know that you want to know?
Just anything. If anybody was out in the area around Coldwater at that time of day, around probably between 9:30 and 10:30, if you saw anything suspicious, people coming into or leaving the area, we'd certainly like to hear from you to make sure we have that information and either rule it out or rule it in as important to the investigation. Yeah.
Is there any way from speaking to you?
I don't know any details about travel plans for them right now.
Do you think the community needs or has any reason to be scared right now? Needs to be, after something like this, because you said you don't know if there could be following arrests.
Sure. I think the public always needs to be concerned and be aware of their surroundings, report suspicious activity when they see it, and just be careful.
Will he face any other additional charges?
I can't answer that probably right now.
Question for the county attorney,
Good morning.
facing any additional charges?
Not at this time.
He made an initial appearance this morning.
That's correct.
What can you update?
Sure. At 9 a.m., Mr. Richards was seen by District Associate Judge Jim Malloy. I was present at the initial appearance. I requested a $5 million cash-only bond, which the court granted. The judge set a preliminary hearing for September 28th at 1 p.m.
Unless there's any other questions, we'll wrap up. Sorry, Trent.
ISU, is their alert still in place? I know they issued a.
That would be a question for them. Sorry, I can't answer that.
How rare of a case like this happens just in the middle of the day where anybody could have seen this? It just happens.
It's rare, obviously. Still very troubling that something like this would happen in broad daylight in a community that is as safe as Ames is. So it's troubling for all of us that this happened.
How brutal was this?
It's an awful thing that's happened. I'm not sure what else I could say.
The camp where he had been living in a tent, it sounds like it was next to the golf course. Has that been cleared?
It's been thoroughly searched.
You'd ask for any private video. Did any turn up yesterday at all?
I can't comment on any specifics of evidence we may have collected, but we still are looking for anything that somebody might have. We know there's a lot of private video out there, so if there's anything that the public might have that may have caught something at that time of day, we'd love to look at it and make sure.
Can you tell us about the suspect's demeanor, both when he was taken into custody and today?
I can't. Sorry.
Do you know how long Coldwater will stay closed, or is it opening soon?
We believe it'll probably be closed through most of today. Our hope is to be able to turn it back over to them by the end of the day, but things could change just depending on what information we get and what things we find.
Is it your officers and DCI still out there, or is it just Ames PD?
Both agencies, yes.
away was her body located from the golf bag?
I don't want to comment specifically, but it was some distance away from the golf bag.
How weird is it that it happened out in the open like this?
Again, really troubling that something like that would happen in broad daylight out in the middle of an area that's easily seen from a lot of locations. It's in close proximity to the apartment buildings right there at the end of Grand, so it's extremely troubling.
Questions from the next station. Do you know where the suspect went, the address he went after the crime?
So we're not releasing that right now.
Is there any other incidents that the suspect has been involved in where there was violence towards women?
And I don't have any criminal history on him in front of me.
Yeah, was this a rape act?
Can't really comment yet on motive.
Are the friends who were driving him from the scene, are they facing any charges since they drove him from the scene?
We probably can't answer that quite yet. We're still following up on some of those things.
There's been screenshots of a Facebook page that people are associating with him, and the cover photo is disturbing and related to death and murder. Do you have any reason to believe that that Facebook page belongs to him, or have you found a connection between them?
We'll definitely follow up on that, but I don't have an answer for you right now. Okay, thank you everybody for being here today. Again, please be respectful of family and friends in this time of loss. Thank you.
You have been listening to Iowa Police give an update on the investigation into the murder of a student golfer in Iowa. It's a really troubling and disturbing story, and if you're just joining us, the police officials there that were providing an update gave us a little bit more detail as to exactly what may have happened. They believe that the individual who they have arrested, Collin Richards, was described as being homeless. He was living in the woods, in the words that the police official described there, living in a wooded area, no other known address. So for all intents and purposes, he's homeless. They have had encounters with him in the past. He wouldn't say in what regards, but this person was living in the woods near the golf course. The golfer, her name is Celia Barquin Arozamena. She was golfing, as a lot of golfers do, especially those who compete at a high level, golfing alone on the golf course. Her body was discovered. It had been stabbed and it had been left in the water. This man has now been arrested. The prosecutor also made a brief comment and told reporters gathered there that she asked the judge for a $5 million cash-only bond, which was granted, and there will be a preliminary hearing on the 28th of September. As you can imagine, this community is in shock. It's a small community, according to the police official who was giving the update. Very low crime in the area, and this victim is not even from the United States. She's actually from Spain, so there was a difficulty in getting in contact with her next of kin. But that's really all that we know right now. So our Dean Reynolds is going to be reporting on this throughout the next couple of hours. And as he gets more information, we'll touch in with him. But that is the information delivered out of Ames, Iowa today on a really, really sad and disturbing story.